this video is going to show you things pertaining to Tikimon skip, which would be the strat to get up to the farm in any percent, and also the backup for the 100% cursed route. So, the idea is kind of simple. You would do this on Xbox, you would do this on PS2. Oh, I got it first try, cool. Or if you're not as well versed, you would go over here. So now how do you do this? Let me show you. We have the level editor here, and in case you weren't aware of where I am, I don't need to show the collision for this part, but I will show it eventually. So you want to land on this 1 pixel ledge on Xbox. This is what the collision looks like, so you'd land about here. Once you get to this point, you want to stop holding anything on the stick, and then you're going to jump up to here and body slam. So, one thing to note is avoid this area, because this area has a tendency to knock you off. So, I actually got it that time, I'm surprised. See, just like that. You want to avoid that area. Maybe it's also a timing thing, I'm not 100% sure, but, well, that's basically what I have been able to gather. So the other thing, which is the PS2 method, is you slide jump, and you long jump off of here, and you body slam up here. Now this is a little harder, or well, it's quite a bit harder, and it's also a bit slower. But because that 1 pixel ledge is also an Xbox ledge, good luck getting it on PS2. It's not that it's impossible, because it is possible. I believe it was even found on PS2. But the method that I just did is easier. So now, the other method of getting up to the farm is, well, quite easy. This is very old. Bandycraft actually has a video showing when this was found. I don't remember the time, but anyways. So you jump onto this bale of hay, and then you jump onto this part of the tree, which you can see looks a little odd, but this is what the actual scenery looks like. This is what the collision looks like. Then you're going to jump up to here, and then jump onto here, and then you're going to move the camera just like this and jump around here, and then jump around here. So it would just be jump from here to here, and then you would jump down to there. Just like this. Oops. You want to move your camera around so it doesn't snap over and makes you fall down. And if you fall down, well, you're just going to continue the strat where you would jump onto this fence and then do a double jump and body slam up to here. So let's continue with the couple strats here. Now, just to show it, I'm going to show... You know, maybe I'm actually not going to show that. That's a little too hard to see. Okay. So you want to just basically avoid this whole area. You want to avoid this whole area. Now, one strat is you could jump, land onto this bale of hay, and then long jump. Just like that. Another thing that you could do is you could slide jump and long jump off of this fence, and then get up here that way. Now, if for some reason you struggle with this, there is an alternative thing. This does not save time, by the way. You could go over this way. Oops. And then you can get up here using the rock. This does not save time. This is slower. But I figured I would show it. It's slower by about half a second to a full second. And if you have any means of struggling with this, you could jump over onto that part. I'm gonna show the collision for this. Let me turn off. There we go. Show the collision for this. Which is kind of hard to see because this is in the way. There we go. Alright, so you would actually land here if you wanted to... Or no, you'd land here if you wanted to get stuck on the ice physics, like here. That's me going there. You jump up there. And then you would jump up to here. This is slower. Absolutely, this is slower for any percent. You would also use this for hundo. The normal route for hundo. Alright. So now, we're gonna go for Tikimon. So these blue things right here, you notice how you hear the doop, 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 doop. That's ice physics. So you can see, notice the difference. You see how here, like, it's very clear you could probably stand on this, but oops, you can't, because the collision's different than the actual visuals. So this is a better picture where you can pretty clearly see. So just like this, you can see the collision's quite different. So the idea is you want to jump onto here with speed. Make sure that crash is not facing this way, but actually facing this way to jump around. Now ignore this trigger. This is the Tikimon trigger. There are several ways to dodge it. There's even a TAS way where you can dodge it from jumping over to here, but that's really hard. So you basically just want to run up to here, jump, make sure your speed is going somewhere this way, not ever touching the wall, then jumping around, and then jumping off and landing here. So it would look just like that. Come on. There we go. There are several other ways to pull this off, though, of course, I would rather show this strat than any of the others, because this is the strat that's the fastest for RTA, and it's also the most useful. What I have a tendency to do is, there is a part on the rock that is a little brighter, like right here. You can see it's not as bright on the level editor as it is on the game. But I tend to aim about here. And of course, as you can see, the trigger is here. So I aim about here, trying to have speed to go this way. And as you can see, my my camera angle's always facing that way. If you've seen any of my runs, you would see that my camera's almost always facing that way. So I'll show this a couple more times. Now, what happens if you get yourself caught in Tikimon? It's pretty simple. You just watch the cutscene and you death abuse. Don't fight Tikimon, man. Takes too much time. And then you just do Tikimon skip, boom. Now what about the rest of it? It really doesn't matter all that much. Depending on which category you're in, you just land on the boat. Just make sure you don't touch anything when you try to jump on the boat. If you touch something, then you will not transition to the boat cutscene. So there you go. That's Tikimon skip and everything leading up to Tikimon skip.